Okay, fantastic. So we begin with the session because I think there was some technical difficulties, but let's begin, okay? So a very warm welcome to all of you from BYJU'S exam prep. A very good evening to each and every one of you. In this session, I shall be discussing about certain very important and landmark legal maxim which a student who is preparing for CLAT as well as other law entrance examination must be aware of. So let's see those important legal maxim. The first one is caveat. Now, caveat simply means let him beware or a warning of caution. Now, suppose I had a dispute with Mr. A. So A and B fought a case in the High Court. Now suppose A wins the case and A thinks that B might appeal before the Supreme Court against the High Court judgment. So what does A do? A goes to the Supreme Court and files a caveat that without hearing me, do not pass any order. You are requesting the High Court that yes, I have won a case before the High Court, but the other party, the losing party, might come to you and ask for an order. So without hearing me, do not grant him any relief. That is what we understand by the term called caveat. Okay. The next one is called in camera. Now, generally, courts are open to public. Generally, whatever is happening inside the court is open to the media, is open to the public. You and I have a right to go to the court and see the proceedings of the court. But there are certain types of cases which should not be attended by everybody in our society. Now, suppose there is a matrimonial dispute, a dispute between a husband and a wife. Now, those kind of cases are not for public consumption. The husband might have certain grievance against the wife might have 10 grievance against the husband. Now, that should not come to public. So, for example, a rape case in which a woman's bodily right has been violated. Now, those things, public पहुंच जाते हैं मस्ती लेने के लिए, वो नहीं होना चाहिए. So the court has devised a system whereby certain types of cases can only be heard by those who are related to the case. It is in private. I hope I have made myself clear about this. The third one is called locus standi. The word locus standi means your right to bring a legal action before a particular court. Now, when you go before a court in a case, the judge asks you, who are you? Who are you? You will have to first say that I am so and so, my rights have been violated, and hence I have brought this legal action against a particular individual. So locus standi simply refers to the fact that your right or your capacity to bring a legal action against a particular individual. Is that clear, everyone? Am I clear to each and every one of you? Okay. So, locus standi gives you a right. Locus standi provides you the right to bring a legal action against a particular individual. You have to prove why you have come, what rights have been done. Is that clear? The fourth one is modus operandi. Modus operandi or operandi simply means the method. Now, for example, under Article 368 of the Indian Constitution, the Parliament is provided the power to make amendments to the Indian Constitution. But there is a method. A bill to be introduced either in the Lok Sabha or in the Rajya Sabha. If it is introduced in the Lok Sabha, there is a debate, there is a voting. If 2/3, with a special majority of 2/3 present and voting, must say for the amendment, then it goes to the other house. The other house, there is a debate, there is a voting, 2/3 of its member present and voting. Then it goes back to ratification by states. 50% and above must ratify that amendment, constitutional amendment, and only then it goes to the president. I'm just giving you the method. The power to amend the constitution is given to the parliament, but the method is also something. The method of amendment. So modus operandi simply refers to the method or the manner in which something is to be done. Modus operandi simply refers to the fact how a particular thing is to be done. Am I clear? Have I made myself clear to every one of you? So a very, very important caveat. What is in camera? What is locus standi? And what is modus operandi? I hope that I have made myself abundantly clear to each and every one of you. Okay? Is it a yes from everyone? Fantastic. Okay, great, great. Let's move on. But before we move on, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you All India Open Mock for CLAT. It will be live between 25th to the 3rd of September. We will provide you with video attempts by NLU experts, identify your D-Day strategy, video solutions of all questions, and benchmark yourself vis-a-vis other students. So here is a fantastic opportunity where BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you an All India Open Mock, which will be live between 25th of August and the 3rd of September. So do attend this All India Open Mock. Definitely, you will understand where you stand amongst others. Moving on. The next important maxim is parens patri. It means the parent of the country, the state as the protector of citizens who cannot protect themselves. Now, the government is like a father who protects. Now, this concept has come from the kingdoms. The kings or the rajas, of course, they were the kings, but they used to protect every person of that country, of that kingdom. Similarly, it is the duty of the government, it is the duty of the state to protect the rights of each and every citizen. If the citizen of the people of the country is dying because of malnutrition or because of, some particular disease, it is the duty of the state to provide medicine, to provide food to those who are underprivileged. Am I clear? So it is said that the state or the government is to act like a father. Is that clear? Am I clear? The next one is called quid pro quo, something for something. Now here is a particular maxim that is very related to the law of contracts. Now suppose I want to sell my pencil for ₹100. I give you this pencil provided you give me ₹100. Something for something. Something for something. In exchange for my mobile phone, you are giving me 10,000 rupees. That's called quid pro quo. Something for something. मैंने आपको कुछ दिया, आपने मेरे को कुछ दिया. मैंने आपको कुछ दिया, और in exchange you are giving me something. Can be goods, can be services, can be something favors. That is called quid pro quo. Is that clear? Am I clear to everyone? The next one. 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹 𝗟𝗔𝗔𝗴𝗋𝗔. It means that you cannot be forced to do something that is impossible. Now suppose I have given you a pen and I say you have to go to the moon and get moonstone from there. Is it possible? Is it possible? Of course, we are celebrating the great achievement of ISRO, the great achievement of India, that Chandrayaan-3 has soft landed in the lunar surface. It's a great achievement. We must congratulate the team, the ISRO team, and each and every citizen of the country must be proud today. But you cannot force someone. No one is obligated to do what is not possible. Now suppose you are hungry, I give you a bread, and when you say what should I do for you, I say go to the moon. That is not possible, right? So you cannot be forced to do something that is not possible. CRPC, IPC, I think IPC you are saying. We will have a detailed discussion in our classes, okay? I don't think we will be doing such things in YouTube, but in our classes, in our app sessions, we will definitely have a session on that. So do join our live classes for those important sessions which we will do. So guys, if you're liking this session, do press the like button and share this session with your friends, okay? Moving on. The next. Nemo dat quod non habet. It means that no one gives what they do not have. Can you now, suppose I promise that in case you give me your house, I will give you 100 tons of gold. I don't have 100 tons of gold. How can I give you something? Can I give you something which I do not have? Am I clear? It also means, suppose this is a pen which I have stolen. For example, if I have stolen this pen and suppose I give this pen to Mr. A, it still remains as a stolen pen. I cannot transfer a better title than I have. I do not have title over this pen. It's a stolen pen. It belongs to Mr. A. Now suppose I am giving this pen to Mr. B. It still remains as a stolen good. I cannot transfer a better title than I have. Is that clear? Is that clear? The next one, in personam. Now, suppose someone has violated my right. Suppose someone is playing loud music in the middle of the night, and as a result of that, I am unable to sleep. So, I go to the court, file a suit for nuisance against Mr. A. The judge passes an order restraining Mr. A from playing loud music in the night and also says pay 100 rupees as compensation. So this is a case against a specific individual. This is a case against a specific individual. A lawsuit against a specific individual is called in personam, against a particular individual. Is that clear? Okay. So you are filing a case against a particular individual for a specific issue. Number 10, ex parte. What do you understand by the term ex parte? Ex parte means a proceeding. Now, generally judges hear both the sides and then decide. Audi alter partem. That means hear both the sides. Now suppose the judge has asked both the sides to come and argue their matters, and one side is deliberately being absent. One side is deliberately not appearing in the court for 10 days, for 20 days. Umpteen number of opportunities have been given to a party, but nothing is done. What does the court do? The court proceeds ex parte. Even though one party is present and the other party is absent, the court proceeds with the case. That is what we understand by the term ex parte. That is what we understand by the term ex parte. Am I clear, everyone? Is that clear? Moving on to the next important legal maxim, ex post facto. Ex post facto means after the fact. Now, if a law is made of, now suppose, I'll give you an example. Suppose in just an example, the Hindu Marriage Act, a real example. Suppose a person married two women, a Hindu married two women in 1950. ठीक है, दो शादी हुआ था एक इंसान का. After the Hindu Marriage Act came into being 1955, the law says Hindus can have only one wife. But if a person had two wives before the law came into being, can he be punished later? Can he be punished later? No. That is what we categorically mean by ex post facto, after the fact. A law that makes an act criminal after it was committed, can that man be punished? Can that man be punished? The answer is simple, no. He cannot be punished. Because he committed something after the law was changed. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. Am I clear? Everyone. Number 12, habeas corpus. Now, if there is an illegal detention, if someone has been illegally detained, there's an illegal detention, then you can go, your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister can go to the High Court, can go to the Supreme Court and file a writ challenging an illegal detention. There are 5 different types of writs, mind you. Article 32 and Article 226. Article 32, you can directly go to the Supreme Court. Under Article 226, you can go to the High Court in case your fundamental rights have been violated. Now, you have a right over your life and liberty. Now, if there is an illegally you have been detained, any member who knows you, any member of your family can file a writ petition challenging that illegal detention. But this is qua illegal detention, not a legal detention. Very, very important. Okay. The next one, 13, in forma pauperis. It means in the manner of a pauper, a court proceeding in which the filing fees are waived due to the poverty of a party. Now, when you go to a court and file a case, you have to buy stamp stamp duty. There is filing fees. Now, suppose you have to file a writ petition in the High Court. Now, there are rules under the High Court. Under every High Court has its own rules. Writ petition civil का इतना होगा, इतना पैसा लगेगा, इतना स्टैम्प फीस लगेगा, इतना एडवोकेट वेलफेयर फंड में इतना स्टैम्प लगेगा. But the court can waive that fees. The court can excuse that fees if it finds out that it is poor people. अगर गरीब लोग होते हैं, now everyone has a right to get justice from the court. The courts are made to give justice. Now, just because a person is poor, just because an individual is poor and he cannot afford the filing fees, should he not be heard? He should be heard. So the courts has devised this mechanism wherein the filing fees in a case can be waived off because of the poverty of the aggrieved party. Okay, is that clear? Make sense? 14. Mens rea. Now, what do you mean by mens rea? Mens rea means your guilty mind. In criminal law, a crime means your guilty mind as well as your guilty action. Both your guilty mind and your guilty action gives rise to mens rea. That guilty mind is called mens rea, and the other one is called actus rea. Your intention to commit a crime, your intention to commit an act which is a crime under the criminal law is called mens rea. Mens rea means your intention, your guilty mind. Because without a guilty mind, a guilty action does not constitute a crime. In a crime, both mens rea and actus rea, your guilty mind and your guilty action must be present. Okay? Next, 15. Res communis means a thing common to all, belonging to the public. Now, public parks, you know, the Red Fort, does it belong to Mr. A or Mr. B? The Taj Mahal, does it belong to Mr. A or Mr. B? No, it's the common thing which belongs to everyone. It is something that belongs to the commons. Res communis, very important. Then comes 𝗟𝗄𝗎 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹. It simply means that where there is a right, there is a remedy. Where there is a right, there is a remedy. It simply refers to the fact that where there is a violation of a right, if there is a right and that right is violated, then the law shall provide for a remedy. Now, for example, let's take the example of law of torts. Now, there are certain civil rights, and if those civil rights are violated, the court can grant you compensation. The courts are there to grant compensation. So 𝗟𝗄𝗎 𝗟𝗲𝗴𝗹 means जहां आपका अधिकार है और उस अधिकार का हनन होता है, तो कोर्ट के पास रेमेडी है आपको भरपाई देने के लिए. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? 17. Nemo plus iris ad oleum transfer protest quam ipse habet. It simply means I cannot transfer more rights than I have myself. Now suppose I have one house. I have a right, I have an ownership of one house. Can I transfer two houses to you? Can I transfer two houses to you? The answer is no, I cannot. Because I cannot transfer more things than what I have. Very basic thing. It's very basic. can I transfer something? Suppose I have a Lenovo laptop. Can I tomorrow, sir, and I do not have a MacBook. Can I say I will give you a MacBook? हाँ, मेरे पास MacBook पहली बात तो नहीं है, तो मैं उसको कैसे आपको दूंगा? Simple. These are certain maxims which have come because of law of contracts. These are very, very important. Okay, is that clear, every one of you? Making sense to everyone? Okay, fantastic. So guys, if you're liking this session, do press the like button if you're liking this session. 18. Actuary incubate, onus probandi. It means the person who brings a case to the court. Suppose tomorrow I say my rights have been violated. I have to prove in the court that my rights have been violated. It is the burden of proof always lies on the plaintiff. The burden of proof always lies on the plaintiff. Suppose tomorrow I say that my rights have been violated. Then I will have to prove in the court, I have to file evidence before the court that मेरा अधिकार का हनन हुआ है. It is not that the defendant has to prove that he is not guilty. I will have to prove that he is guilty. So the burden of proof in a civil case always lies with the plaintiff. Now in a criminal case, the burden of proof lies with the prosecution. Am I clear? Have I made myself clear? Have I made myself clear to all? So guys, if you're liking this session, do press the like button. Okay. So these are certain very, very important maxims that I'm discussing with you because it's very, very important. Okay. Before I end, BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you CLAT 2025 comprehensive course in which we are providing you with 380 plus hours of live classes, 300 plus hours of recorded videos, 55 mock tests along with video solutions, 10,000 practice question, 10,000 sectional practice question, study material, doubt resolution within 24 hours, and CLAT Ignite magazine. So enroll now for CLAT 2025 comprehensive course. Before I end, do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't by now. Do follow us on our Instagram, like our Facebook page, join our Telegram channel, and do not forget to download the BYJU'S Exam Prep app today if you haven't. With this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you very much. God bless you. Good night. Take care. We'll definitely come up with more such interesting sessions in the upcoming days. Thank you. God bless you. Good night. All the best. All the best.